Karen Edwards. Gosh, I don't even know my own name. It's the last day of the show, and my friend Dennis is here from Garrdal. Dennis,
Hi.
welcome.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Thanks for having me.
And you brought some show and tell. But before we get into the show and tell, well, this is going to be part of your explanation of what Garrdal does.
Garrdal is a two-part retrofit. So it's a pipe flashing that goes around a pipe that you can't typically push a standard pipe boot over, like an electrical mast or a concentric pipe that's got a vent hood on top, or radon remediation has a fan in the pipe, and you can't push a standard boot over these. So Garrdal goes around it. It's two parts that end up becoming one again around the pipe.
I'm going to hold that up and show that because that's nice. And so I just did a podcast with Dennis that'll be out soon, so tune into that. And he was describing this to me during our conversation. But let me tell you, seeing it
It's
really,
sealing it, touching it, feeling
really,
it,
I understand it now.
It's,
Yeah.
So NERCA show, this show and the Canada show next month are the launch pads, I guess, for the latest one. This is Garrdal LP for low profile. It's got a little bit wider flange on it and a much lower profile. So with designer shingles, some people want you to be able to see the shingles better than the flashings. And also it accommodates a much smaller pipe.
Yeah, it does.
So there's a couple of solar companies that are looking at standoffs. This can be used for that. Or platforms. Anytime that you've got a smaller penetration than an inch, this one will accommodate it and do it with a lower profile and a wider flange.
Yeah, I mean, looking at both of them, at the how many inches is that?
That's
3,
a little
maybe?
over 3,
yeah. And this is maybe 1.5.
Inch and change.
So it's about half. Wow. Yeah. And talk to me a little bit about this material, because we've got a little bit of like rubber on top.
Well, it's Santoprene. That's the same stuff that car windshields are held in with now.
Oh.
So way back, it was a rubber that would dry rot and crack after 15, 20 years.
Right.
This is the most UV resistant plastic that's flexible there is.
Okay. Yeah, because it felt rubbery.
Yeah, it's gonna last.
Right.
I mean, I don't know why everybody doesn't use this material. We do.
Right. It makes sense. Think about it in a car windshield. Cars that are parked outside,
They get hot.
Yeah.
Yeah. So all around it, that's what would break down from the heat or UV or whatever may be affecting it.
What kind of roofing materials is this compatible with? Like asphalt shingles?
Yeah. Well, we use it. It's designed for asphalt shingle use. Mm-hmm. But the polypropylene is fairly common.
Yeah.
That gets used on roofs. But the Santoprene is really rare.
Yeah.
Because it costs a little bit more, but it lasts longer. So there's no callbacks.
Right. No leaks.
Yeah.
So I'm curious, yesterday was a pretty busy day, lots of contractors on the show floor. What's their response to this when they see it and they talk to you?
At the shows, I hear, I came up with that 30 years ago. But they didn't talk their wife into putting her life savings into marketing it.
Yeah.
But people have come up with it, and then you get hesitations. They say, I don't want to use plastic, until they realize that the plastics have all the same properties as the metal, but it won't rust.
Yeah.
It retains its shape. It goes back to the shape it was, unlike metal. You bend metal, it stays bent. This will retain its shape. And so long as people are worried about it sun bleaching or drying out and cracking. Well, those are plastics from 30 years ago that do that.
Right.
There's 40,000 or more different plastics now. So whatever properties you're looking for, you can find them.
Yeah.
For the most part.
Yeah. No, very, very cool. And how long have you been selling these?
Sold the first ones in 2017.
Okay.
Now there's 1,600 stores nationwide that stock it. This will be at limited distribution to the stores. The only stores that we're going to let stock this, and when it gets introduced in a week, is the stores that already stock this and our 12 plus, which is it's Garrdal with different angles. It's the only retrofit out there designed for use on a 12-12 and steeper.
Okay.
So if a store has this and the 12 plus
then
Garrdal,
they'll have that one.
we'll offer this to them. Otherwise, it'll be at GarrdalLP.com. That the website's not even finished. That's how new it is.
Oh, wow. Okay. So you can buy it online. I was going to ask,
Yes.
what about somebody whose store doesn't carry it?
It'll be available online.
Okay.
Yes. But I mean, this is actually a prototype. We've still got some printing that's being applied here, and we had to tinker with the tooling to get it to put the overmold the way that we wanted it, because it wasn't going on the way that we wanted, because this is a prototype. I mean, the tool was brand new a week ago.
Wow.
So they've been tweaking it since then, and we've just got to add a little bit of literature, and
that's exciting.
I believe we're adding a notification for seal assisting here.
Yeah.
Because the sealant goes along the dots. There's sealant, but it doesn't see the sunshine. So
It's covered up.
Yeah, an adhesive sealant goes there so that it can adhere to the top to the bottom and make it back into a one piece. And it's a sealant as well, so it's designed to stop the driving rain or burrowing bugs. Because the burrowing bugs, when it's cold outside and warm here, they want in.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. They're smart. Wow. So, okay, you mentioned the sealant, and I know from our conversation during the podcast, you have a list of approved sealants that will work with that. So it's really important to use one of the approved
on
sealants.
the FAQ page of Garrdal.com, we've got a list of sealants. Now, whenever I go to shows like this, I'm looking around to see if there's any new developments, like your neighbor.
Yeah.
He's going to see what they've got, because they've got some hybrids that may have some adhesion qualities that we're looking for.
Yeah.
But for the most part, if it's in a plastic tube, it doesn't stick to plastic well.
Yeah.
Unless it's got a little bit of solvent or it's a hybrid, then it may. So we're going to test some of those.
Yeah.
So
exciting. Congratulations. It's always cool when you can launch a new product at a show like this. And then you said Canada, you're going to be there next month.
Next month, yeah.
Yeah.
And we're really popular there.
Yeah.
The competitive product to us here, roofers stopped using it 30 years ago in Canada.
Oh.
So we get a lot of attention at that show because they've been reusing flashings or making their own or using mastic trying to seal around where they need a retrofit. So this is fairly new to them.
Good.
So up in Canada, we're at Beacon, we're at ABC, and a handful of other stores, but we're just starting to grow up there.
Yeah. Wow. Excellent. Well, Dennis, thank you so much for
You're
coming
welcome.
here and doing an interview with us. I don't have a camera operator right now, so when we're going to say goodbye, and we'll be doing a wrap up. No, Dennis, you can show your beautiful products.
Oh, that's upside down. There we go.
Well, I go stop the camera. Hold that one up, too. Thanks, everybody.
All right. Thanks, Karen.